So hello and welcome to this Adobe Animate tutorial, and we are going to create something a little interactive using JavaScript. And right now I am going to show you what we are going to be doing today. So we are going to have something like this little application, and we can buy some bills. And in here we have our budget, which right now is $100. And in here we have how many bills we have. And if I'm going to buy this bill for $10, it is going to count me one bill, and it is going to subtract me from the budget. And if I buy one more, it is going to be like so. I can buy this one, I can buy this one, but once I don't have enough money, I cannot buy this one, I cannot buy this one, but I can still buy this one, and so on. And I have this button more money, so I can print more money, and then I can continue to buy. So we are going to make something very simple like this. So before we will start, I just want to say that I'm not a professional with JavaScript, and I have been doing animations as a job, but this coding I'm just doing for fun. So there are maybe better ways, and also there are many things that I don't know, but anyway, I would like to show you how I would do something like this. So right now I am on the site Freepik, and I'm going to provide the link in the description, and I'm also going to provide you the Illustrator file that I'm going to create very quickly right now. But you do not need to use these vectors. You can use anything that you want. This has like nothing to do with the code, but it just looks good. So right now I'm going to click download, and I will go with free download, but keep in mind that you will have to attribute the author if you want to use this commercially. I already saved this, so I will go to the place where I have it, and it is going to be in here. And let me very quickly get rid of everything like so, and you are going to have a zip file like this. And I am going to right click, I'm going to choose extract here, and I'm going to double click on this IE file. And this is going to open me this in Adobe Illustrator. Now what I want to do is I would like to create new document, so I'm going to hit Ctrl N, or you can go File New, and I can go with 1000 by 1000, and I want to have everything else as it is, and I will just hit Create. And now I will click, this is all going to be grouped together, so I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose ungroup, and right now I can click them one by one, and I can click on this one with shift on this one, and with shift holding on this one. So I have selected 3 of them, and I'm just going to put them to the new document like so. And right now I'm going to just approximately position them like so, and yeah. And now I do not need to do anything else. So I can just hit Ctrl S to save this, and I'm just going to provide you this in the description, but this is like not necessary. And now I will go ahead and save this, and I will see you in Adobe Animate in few moments. So right now I am in the Adobe Animate, and I will go with 1000 by 1000, but you can choose any size, any width and height, and I want this to be HTML5 canvas, of course, and I'm just going to hit create. Now what I want to do is I will go to the place where I have saved my Illustrator file. So it is going to be in here, and I'm just going to basically drag it in here like so. This is going to give me some kind of options, but I don't want to change anything, so I will just click import. And I'm going to have some kind of errors, or I don't know how to call them, because Adobe Animate don't support all of the blend modes, but it doesn't really matter. So we are going to have something like this. And now what I want to do is I will go to the text tool, and if you get a text, you have 2 options. You have an option to have a static text, and you have an option to have a dynamic text, and we are going to be using both of them. So basically static text is the normal text, and I'm going to write something like your budget is, and something like this. And I'm going to change this to the black color like so. And now the dynamic text. There is if you are going to change this static text to dynamic text, and you are going to write something, so I'm just going to type 0. We are going to be able to target this with the JavaScript, because if I click on this your budget is, there is like nothing in here, but if I click on this one, there is like dynamic text, and there is this instance name, and by this name we are going to be able to target this with the JavaScript. So I'm going to just position this little bit like so, And then I am going to get one more time the text tool, and right now I'm going to change it from dynamic to the static one more time, and I'm just going to type something like the $sign or something like this. There is one issue with this dynamic text, and I really hate sometimes Adobe Animate because it behaves strange, or I don't know, but because if I'm going to hit Control Enter, and I'm going to see this in the browser, you can see that this is going to be offset a little bit. I will show you one more time that if I go to the Adobe Animate, it is okay, but if I open it in here, there is going to be this issue. And I was searching this and I found a little solution, but I'm going to show you the solution later on. For now, I would like to focus on the code. We are going to have something like this. Let me zoom out a little bit. And yeah, I'm going to select these icons, and I'm going to position them maybe a little bit in here, like so. And all of these I can select, and with Q I can make a little bit bigger, like so, and position it where I want. Now I'm going to create a new layer, and I'm going to call this layer to be code, and I'm going to right click, and I'm going to choose actions. And in here I am going to be able to write all of the code. But let me close it for now, because I will click on this number, and I will have to add the instance name. So what I can do is I'm going to type in here my budget, for example, and I'm going to copy this, so Ctrl+C, and I will go to this second layer of the code. I will right click, I will choose action, and I will zoom in a little bit so you can see with Ctrl and mouse wheel, and I'm going to type this, my budget text, and I'm going to make it equal to 100, for example. And I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and right now your budget is 100. Okay. Now what I want to do is this 100 I am going to put to some kind of variable. So I will go in here, and I'm going to type let. You can type var, but let is like the modern JavaScript, and I'm not going to be using like the modern JavaScript, but yeah, maybe in the future tutorials. So, but I'm going to type let budget, or you can type it score or whatever, and I'm going to type that it is going to be 20. And then I am going to have this, my budget text, and I'm going to make it equal to the budget. So I'm going to do it like so. I'm going to paste this, and I will hit Ctrl Enter, and right now it is going to be 20. And basically anytime that I'm going to change this number in here to maybe 100, it is going to change it like so. Now what I need to do is I will have to create some kind of buttons. So let me make it like so. So right now I'm going to get the rectangle tool, and I'm going to choose a fill color. So I will click in here, and I'm going to choose the color like so. And in here there is like this option, rectangle options, and I'm going to make this 20. It is just going to make the corners radius. And I don't want to be on the code layer, so I would like to go to the layer 1, because I don't want to have anything else in the code layer, only the code. So I will be on this layer, and I'm going to just make something like this. And then I'm going to get a text tool with maybe white color, and I'm just going to type in here, but I will go back because I want the text right now to be static text, because this is just, we are not going to be changing this number. So I'm just with the static text going to write $10 or euro or whatever. And yeah, and I'm going to make it, position it like so. And yeah, maybe I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I don't want to waste the time right now on this designing. So something like this. And yeah, now I'm going to select this, and with Alt I'm going to duplicate it, and I'm going to hold Shift to stay on the same line, and I will go in here and release. And now let me let me click in here, and I'm going to change the color. So this is going to be blue, like so, and I will double click to change the text. This is going to be $20. These bills are going to be expensive, but yeah. And I'm going to duplicate this one more time, and this one is going to be red, so I'm going to click in here like so, and this one is going to be even more expensive. This is going to be $40 like so. Now I'm going to convert them to the symbols, so I'm going to select it like so. F8 symbol 1 is fine, this one F8 symbol 2, and this one I will show you. You do not need to do it with the shortcut. You can go with modify, convert to symbol, and yeah, and make sure that it is movie clip. Hopefully I'm not going too fast, but yeah. Now if I'm going to click on this one, I'm going to have a movie clip, and I'm going to have an instance name. By this name we are going to be targeting this with JavaScript, and I'm going to type call this to be bill 10, for example, like $10, and I will copy this, Control C, and this one is going to be bill 20, and this one is going to be bill 40. If you want, you can make these names differently. This depends on you. So now I will just make sure that this is bill 10, and I can actually copy this, and I will go back to my code. So I will right click, and I will choose action, and I will have to position my code a little bit like so. And now I can type something like this, bill 10. I want to have add event listener, like so. So make sure that you are going to type this correctly. So this bill 10, add the capital E event, capital L listener. It's a pity that this text editor doesn't help you with the code, but yeah. Then parentheses, then this quotation marks, and I want to have an even listener of click. And by the way, if this is going to be too difficult for you, I have some basics of JavaScript in the channel, so you can check that out if this is going to be difficult for you. So click, and then comma, and right now the function that we are going to call. So I'm just going to type bill 10F, capital F. But let me put it correctly. So bill 10F, and I'm going to copy this, Control C, and I'm going to create the function bill 10F, and yeah, parentheses, and then curly parentheses, like so. So basically, right now I have put even listener on this button that I have created on this one with on this 10, and basically if I click on it, it is going to call this bill 10F function, and then I am going to create this function bill 10F, and I'm going to put something in here. And by the way, these semicolons are optional in the JavaScript, so you can, but you do not need to use them at the end. So now what I can do is I can type something like budget is plus equal 10, and like so, semicolon, and then this is if I'm going to do something like this, nothing is going to happen. I can hit Control Enter to see this in the browser, and if I'm going to click, nothing is going to happen. And if I'm going to right click and choose inspect, and I will go to the console, I'm not going to have any error, because yeah. But what I want to do is I would like to, as we have in here, we set the budget to be 100, and then with this, my budget text is equal to budget, we are displaying this. So I'm going to copy this, Control C, and I'm going to paste it in here, Control V. But there is one issue, and I don't want to talk much about this in this tutorial, but basically when we are inside of the function, we cannot normally use this. We will have to create a variable for that one, because when we are outside of the function, we are going to be typing this, but when we are going to be inside of the function, I will create a variable. I will call it let root is equal to this. This name, root, is optional. I just have it from some courses that I was doing on Adobe Animate, but you can call it as you want. But basically, when you are going to be inside of the functions, you are going to be typing root. So we are going to have root, my budget, text is going to be budget. And now, if I'm going to hit Control Enter, what is going to happen is that every time that I click on this one, the budget is going to be increasing by 10. Okay, this budget plus equal 10, it's the same as if I would say that budget is equal to budget plus 10, and I will click, the budget will update by 10, and then if I click one more time, it is one more time going to update by 10, and so on. So I hope that this makes sense, but yeah, I would like to have it like so. But one thing, of course, is that I don't want this to be a plus, but I want this to be a minus, because when I'm going to buy a beer, I want this to go smaller and smaller, like so. Okay, now I will go back in here, and what I want to do is I would like to create in here some kind of numbers which is going to represent how many beers do we have. So I will one more time get the text tool. I will make sure that I am on this layer 1, and if you want, you can have this like in many layers. So you can have this separated in the layers, but there is no need, at least from my perspective. So yeah, I can have everything in this layer 1, and I don't want to have nothing in the code. So I will get the text tool like so, and I'm going to choose that I want to have a dynamic text, and I will just go in here and I'm going to type 0 like so, and I'm going to change the color of this to black. And now I'm going to with the Alt duplicate this, so I'm holding Alt, and I'm also going to hold Shift to stay on the same line like so, and I will duplicate this one more time. Now we will have to one more time create the name, and this can be a little bit confusing because we already have like beer 10 name, and for this one I would like to create a very similar name, and this is going to be like beer 10x. This x like how many numbers, or you can have it beer 10n like the number, or whatever, but I will go beer 10x, but keep in mind that these are just arbitrary names. I'm going to hit Ctrl C, and this one I'm going to make beer 20x, and this last one is going to be 40. So beer, and I will go like so, and this is going to be 40x. Now I can go ahead and copy this one, Ctrl C, and I like to copy them because but I made a mistake because accidentally I have put it them while I was speaking. I didn't see it. I put these numbers on the same layer as the code. You can see that I have these like keyframes in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select them one by one. Or I can just click on this code layer and it is going to select all of them, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to choose distribute to layers, and right now it is going to distribute me all of this to the layers, and the code is going to be alone. Okay, and if you want, you can then select all of them, choose right click, and there should be a merge layers, but for me it's the same if they're on the one layer or 4 layers, it doesn't matter. I am going to one more time copy this, and I will go back to the code, so right click actions, or you can go with F9. Now what I want to do is I will have to create some new variables with the number. Let me paste this in here, this built-in x, and I'm going to just type slash slash to comment this out, but just to remember this. And I'm going to create a variable which I'm going to call let, and I'm going to call this to be b 10x. Okay, you can call this as you want, and as I said, this naming can be a little bit confusing, so you need to find something that is good for you. But I'm going to have like let b10x is going to be equal to 0. Then I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to click Ctrl D, and Ctrl D, it is just going to duplicate me the whole line. Then I'm going to have let b20x is going to be 0 and b like the beer, and then I'm going to have b40x is going to be 0. And now what I want to do is I'm going to copy this b10x, so Ctrl C, and I will go in here and I'm going to paste it in here, Ctrl V, and I'm going to type plus equal 1. And this is the same as we have with the budget. Budget we have like minus equal 10, and I showed you that it is like the budget is equal to budget minus 10. So yeah, this is the same. And so we have changed the number, and now we want to display this number. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type this. So root bill 10x, because this is how we are going to be, I will close this. This is how we are going to be targeting this this thing, this number, and this is just the variable that we have created to have some kind of number. So root bill 10x text is going to be equal to this variable, to this b10x. Ctrl C, and I'm going to hit Ctrl V, like so, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter. And if I didn't misspell anything and I don't have any error, if I click on this one, this is going to be minus 10, and this is going to be plus 1. So like this, I can be clicking like so, and yeah. Right now, maybe you can see the issue that right now I am like minus 130, and that's not something that I want. So we are going to make this with the if-else statement. Or maybe we are not going to have else, we are going to only have if. So I will click F9 to go back to the code. And what I want to do is in here, in the function, I'm going to type if, and I'm going to type if budget is going to be bigger or equal to 10, then, and I'm going to make the parentheses, and I'm going to copy or cut everything that I have in here to this if statement, and I'm going to paste it like so. And with the tabulator, I'm just going to make it like so. This doesn't affect the code, only how it looks. So at the beginning, my budget is going to be 100. That's fine. If I'm going to buy this, it is going to buy something, it is going to be 90, 80, and so on. Then it will be 20, then it will be 10. And when it is going to be 10, the budget is going to be bigger or equal to 10, and 10 is not bigger but is equal, so it is going to be working. But when the budget is going to be like 7, this is not going to be working, or if the budget is going to be 0, this is not going to be working. So I will hit Ctrl Enter. I hope that this makes sense, but I will show you that if I click, everything is going to be working. And right now the budget is 10, and we had that budget needs to be bigger or equal, and it is not bigger but it's equal, so it is one more time going to work. But right now the budget is 0, and if I click, nothing more is going to happen basically. And yeah, and now let me go back in here. I will click F9, and for now I am just going to copy and paste this this function to the second one. So I will hit Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste this in here, Ctrl V. If you are going to have like more experience, you can maybe try to put this to the parameters, to the one function. I might do tutorial for something like that, but for now that would be too difficult. So for now, I just want to go ahead and change this. So we have this beer 20 right now. Add even listener, click and beer 20 f20 function, and we will have to change it in here. So beer 20f. And right now I am going to have if budget is going to be bigger or equal to 20, then I want my budget minus equal 20, and root my budget text is going to be budget. This is this we do not need to change, but this one is going to be b20x is plus equal 1, and root bill 20x text is going to be b20x. Okay, I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and if I didn't misspell anything, if I'm going to click, this is going to be minus 20 and plus 1 in here, and like so. And right now we cannot do anything else, and we also cannot buy this in this one because the budget right now is 0. But I can go ahead and maybe buy this one, one this, and one this, and one this, like so. And right now the budget is 10, so I can't buy it for 20, but I still can buy one for the 10. Yeah. So now I will go back to the animate, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this one more time. So I'm going to go like this, Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste it in here, Ctrl V, and I'm going to go with 40. So beer 40, this is going to be 40, this one is going to be 40, this one is going to be 40, this one also, this one is going to be 40, and this one, and this one. And maybe right now you can see that we are copying and pasting the same code, we are just changing the numbers, so there should be a way how we can make this a little bit more efficient, but for now this is good in my opinion. So like this, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and one more time if I didn't misspell anything, it is going to be working like so. Now what we can do is we are going to add one button which is going to increase our budget. So I will go back in here, and I'm going to I can create a new layer, or I could be on any of these layers, it doesn't matter, and I'm going to basically get a rectangle tool, and I would like to get maybe some dark green color, and I'm going to make something like this, and I'm going to, with the white text, write something like but I don't want to have dynamic text, I want to have static text, and I'm going to write something like more money or something like this. And yeah, and I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to make this a little bit smaller, like so, in here. And now I'm going to convert this to the symbol, so F8, symbol 4 is fine, and now the instance name, and I'm going to call this to be more money, like so, with the capital M, the second one, the first one not, but the second one is going to be capital. And I'm going to copy this, Ctrl C, and I will go back to my code, F9. And now what I can do is here at the beginning I can get rid of this commented thing, and I can type this, more money, add the capital E event listener, like so, parentheses, quotation marks, I want this to be click, and I'm going to call the function which is going to be more money f, like the function, but these f or these names of the functions, you can choose whatever name. You can type in here monkey1, monkey2, whatever. And yeah, and now I'm going to create this function, so I'm going to type function, and more money F, parentheses, curly parentheses, like so. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to type that budget is plus equal to, we can choose 100, we can choose 200. I will go with 100, like so. And then we are going to update this visually. So I'm going to paste this, and I will have to change this to the root, like so. So root, my budget text is going to be budget. And one more time, if I didn't make any error, if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter and I'm going to click on this more money, it is going to add me more money. And if I'm going to buy something like so, and I'm going to click more money, it is going to add me more money like so, and I can still be buying things. But what we can do is we can put some kind of limit to this, because I don't want to like print the money forever. So we can do this one more time with very simple if else, or only if. So if budget is going to be budget is going to be smaller then I don't know 500, then this is going to be working. So like this, and I'm going to cut this, Ctrl X in here, like so, and yeah, and I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, and I'm going to print the money. But right now, while I am on the 500, it won't do anymore. But I can buy some things, and then I can buy more money, and I can buy it like so, and yeah. So yeah, and right now you can see that my budget is 560. So the thing is that right now I'm going to be on the 500, and while the budget is 500, it won't print any money. But if I'm going to buy something for the 10, and right now it's 490, this is going to be working. So if I'm going to click, it is going to add me to 590, but one more time it wouldn't. Yeah, I hope that this makes sense. So yeah, and basically this is it. When I was doing this, I add a little more functionality. I can show you at the end of the video, but yeah. So for this tutorial, this is all, and now I will very quickly show you a few things. So this your budget is this 0, and if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter, as it is offset, it has something to do with the browser, and I was searching this canvas dynamic text setting to high, and this is like the unpublished, this is like in the animate, and this is published, and this is the code that I don't understand. This var Firefox Navigator user agent. No, it's like I'm not a professional with the JavaScript. I know some things, but some codes are like too much for me, or not. It's not for everybody. But there is like if the problem is in the Firefox or in any browser, you can use this code, and this is for the Google Chrome. So basically, I'm going to copy all of this code, Ctrl C, and I'm going to paste it to my animate, so F9, and I can paste it at the beginning, or I can just go and make some kind of space. I can make a lot of space and paste it in here, like so, just code like this, and I can even make some kind of comment in here, / that this is just to make text look normal, whatever like this. And now I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter one more time, and if you see what we had in here, it was offset like this, and right now if I go in here, it is going to be fine. And there is this let me go, I will click F9, there is this line height, and if I'm going to change this to maybe 0.2, it is going to be a little bit different. Right now it is like too low, so I'm going to change it to 0.1, 0.1, but this is the number that you can play with if you are still going to have some kind of issue. But yeah, I hate that that we have to do something like this. This should be automatically in Adobe Animate. Somebody who do this software should do something like this, I guess. But yeah. So yeah, this is it, and now I will very quickly show you how you can publish this. So I will have to first of all save this, so I'm going to hit Ctrl S, and I will go to the place where I want to save this. So I'm going to create a folder which I'm going to call to be Animate, and I will go inside and I'm going to call this to be beers, like so, and I will hit save. And the thing is, and I show this in a lot of tutorials, but yeah, you might be new. So I can go to the tutorial and I can go to the Animate, and in here I'm going to have these Animate files. But if I'm going to hit Ctrl Enter to test this in the browser, it is automatically going to publish me some JavaScript, some HTML, and some images. And I don't want this to be this way, so I'm going to delete it like so. And I will go to the Adobe Animate and I will go to the file, publish settings, and in here, in this basics, I will click on this output, and I will have to go to the place where I have my Animate file saved. I do not have to go there, but I prefer. So right now I'm in the place where is my Animate file, and I don't see it, but yeah. And I'm going to create a new folder, which I'm going to type index, but this is like optional. And I will go inside, and I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to hit OK, file, and publish. And I'm showing you this publishing because there is like one more little issue, and it's that right now if I'm going to double click on this HTML, it is going to open me this in the browser, but if I try to click, nothing is going to happen. And if I click F12 or right click inspect, I'm going to have this error, and this is most likely due to security restriction on the reading canvas. So basically this error is only in your browser, in your PC. But as soon as you put this on the real website or on the local host, it is going to be working fine. But anyway, I just want to show you that it's because of these images, and we don't have any photos. So what we can do, I will get rid of this like so, and I will go to the Animate, and I will go to the file, I will go to the publish settings, and there is export image assets, and there is this option texture, sprite or image assets. And image assets, there is written publish imported images as it is. And if you have a JPEG or PNG, you are going to have a folder with images, and you are going to have that error in the browser. But if you don't have images, if you have only vectors as we have, and I'm going to click OK, and I'm going to hit file and publish, what is going to happen is that we are not going to have images folder, only HTML and JavaScript. And right now, if I'm going to open this, this is going to be working fine. So yeah. And now very quickly, I just want to show you that while I was preparing for this tutorial, I created something like this, but I have created it with a little bit more things, because if I'm going to buy something like so, they are going to like just put they will gray out. So check this out. My budget is 100, but if I'm going to buy this beer, everything is going to be fine. But right now, if I'm going to buy this one, so right now my budget is only 30, this is grayed out. And for example, right now, if I'm going to buy one more, everything is fine. But if I buy one more, this is going to gray out, and then when I have nothing, all of them are going to be grayed out. But if I print more money, they are just all going to be normal, and so on. So yeah, if you would like, I can maybe make the tutorial with this additional functionality, but for this tutorial I didn't just want to make it too long and too difficult. So yeah, so this is it. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that you have learned something new, And as I said at the beginning, I'm not a professional with the JavaScript, so if you have some question, you can put them in the comments, and maybe it can inspire me to make some tutorials, but maybe I won't know the answer, but maybe some other people can answer you. So yeah, so thank you very much for your time. If you like this video, hit a like. You can maybe subscribe. I hope that I will make more tutorials like this. I will see. It depends also on the views and everything. But yeah, thank you very much. Have a nice day. And yeah, goodbye.